It's no secret that mixed martial arts is a very dangerous sport. Competitors assume major risk and accept the fact that terrible things can happen to them physically. Concussions, cuts requiring stitches, and broken bones are a regular occurrence night in and night out across all levels of MMA. And although all fighters are aware of said risks, every so often the fan base is subject to a horrific incident that serves as a wake-up call on what's physically possible in this game and just how serious this business is. Oftentimes, the severity of these injuries is lost on the audience at home. The production teams on the networks televising pro MMA are strategic in the images they'll show the audience. Any ugly moments not fit for network television can be hidden by shots of the audience in attendance or the victor in midst of a celebration. Properly timed visuals of the defeated, or no images at all, can mask or glaze over the violence. Sometimes the reality of what's happening isn't captured through the lens, and it isn't until after the dust settles and the post-event Instagram posts come out that the sobering truth is revealed. It's surprising such violent, damaging consequences aren't documented more often when you consider how much MMA there is out there these days. But when it does happen, the impact is reverberated throughout the entire MMA universe. A couple of weeks ago, it was Rose Namajunas being on the wrong end of a vicious slam, rendering unconscious, that really got the attention of the MMA fanbase. Thankfully, she seemed to walk away from it relatively unscathed, but there was no escaping that initial feeling we all got from watching it transpire. Everyone who saw that contest came away from it realizing how bad that could have went. And it was a topic of conversation for a couple days before it was completely washed over and forgotten about due to the transition into the next weekend's events. But in a somewhat rare occurrence, we were served up with another scary result that an athlete wasn't so lucky to walk away unscathed with. What was supposed to be the introduction of the potential global phenom that is Sage Northcutt to the Asian market ended swiftly in under 30 seconds in the first round after Alexandra scored the KO win against the highly touted newcomer to ONE FC. On the surface and to the viewers at home, it all seemed pretty routine. Northcutt was standing for the official decision, and with his eyes starting to swell, he went over and congratulated Alexandra after the fight. But what wasn't apparent to Sage and the fanbase was that Northcutt's cheekbone was shattered into 30 pieces, and he was headed for a 4-hour surgery that ended up being 9 hours long. The long-term effects these type of injuries have on the fighters and the gruesome details of the recovery process doesn't often get put under the spotlight. In a sport that moves so fast, with one event seamlessly transitioning into the next without proper time to digest the events before we're already on to the next one, and paying close attention to specific injuries and the recovery that follows just isn't something that makes headlines, but it's something that ought to be talked about and put out there for the world to see. For a reality check, if nothing else. There isn't any way of knowing how long it'll be before Northcutt is fully recovered, but what we do know is that the attention on Sage's injury is about to be buried by the barrage of news that is right around the corner as we lead into the next event. This most recent reminder of how dangerous the sport really is needs to be taken more seriously for the fighter's sake and for the general fan base. It's not that I want to highlight the negative and to be all doom and gloom about it, I just think being more cognizant of the consequences as a general fan base bodes well for the sport.